featured 5 offsetting personal foul penalties, so pay attention to the way guys handle their emotions tonight.
The first play of the game is a run, and that's Trey Benson for a pickup of 2. Benson coming into the game averaging more than 7 yards per carry. But really the story down the stretch for Florida State, it's been the run game, and it's been the play of quarterback Jordan Travis playing the best football of his college career.
Jordan Travis, the last 5 games, 12 touchdowns, only 1 interception, and completing passes at a 75% rate.
Travis will keep, and Bernie's got him in the backfield for a loss.
And that's exactly who needs to step up early for the Florida Gators, with Ventrell Miller out of the game because of a targeting foul in the second half last week against Vanderbilt. Bernie's gonna need to play big with his partner in crime, Ventrell Miller, out until the second half.
Yeah, Miller is the best defensive player for Florida. Their leading tackler, Rashad Torrance, also out today. Travis comes into the game top 10 nationally in QBR. Florida State, one of the best in the country on third downs. And they convert the first one. Pokey Wilson, a gain of 22. And he lost the ball at the end, and Florida's got it.
The ruling on the field is a fumble recovered by the defense.
Florida State making the case that Wilson was down. They will undoubtedly look at this.
Shamir James doing a tremendous job of wrapping up the ball carrier and then going for the strip. Textbook play by the true freshman out of Mobile, Alabama.
And that ball's out. That ball is coming out before he goes down. You mentioned Shamar James, the 4-star freshman. He's in there because Ventrell Miller is suspended the first half for targeting.
How about that? Stepping up when you need to, right? You got your leader out. Your linebacker that calls the plays for your defense in Ventrell Miller. Well, hey, the true freshman stepping up. The lights are obviously not too bright for James.
SEC best 20-second takeaway for that Florida defense. And now the Gators go to work on offense. Anthony Richardson to the air on first down. Lets it fly, and it's incomplete. Brock, the quarterback for Florida, he's much talked about. His raw potential may be greater than any quarterback on planet Earth.
No question. The skill set that Anthony Richardson has is second to none in the nation. He's really been a tale of 2 quarterbacks as the season's gone along. But this last month, playing tremendous football, making great decisions, throwing with anticipation, which means your quarterback is playing with confidence.
He'll hand it off to Montrell Johnson, the Louisiana transfer who followed Billy Napier to Gainesville with a short pickup. It brings up third down, and this place is about to get loud. Richardson steps up, has a running lane, and he's tripped up shy of the marker by Kevin Knowles, the nickelback, a gain of 6. And an early decision here for Billy Napier. Fourth down, need about 2 yards, and it looks like they'll go for it.
Anthony Richardson catching Florida State in a 2-man coverage, man-to-man with the defensive backs. Nobody had eyes on Anthony Richardson, which is why he was able to step up through the pocket and find positive yards.
It's a Florida offense banged up at receiver, without 5 wide receivers today, including 2 of its better ones in Henderson and Shorter. Play clock down to 1. They just get it off. Johnson doesn't get there.
Florida State not trying to come out, sell the speed sweep, coming back with the flip opposite.
Adventurous start for both teams. Florida State turns it over near midfield. Florida gives it right back on a turnover on downs, and now Trey Benson finds an opening. Benson stays on his feet. Down inside the 10-yard line. A gain of 46 for the Oregon transfer. Trey Dean might have saved a touchdown for Florida.
Trey Benson breaking the big one on the strong outside zone play. Just absolutely throwing Kamari Wilson to the ground with a stiff arm. This is a man who has been on an absolute mission the last 3 games.
At 900 yards rushing on the season. Benson again. Touchdown, Seminoles.
Florida State came into this game leading the country with explosive plays, adding their 81st on the season after that drive. Trey Benson finishing it off with the strong power play behind big Cameron McDonald at the tight end position. Majority of his carries until 3 weeks ago. He only has 121 carries on the season, already approaching 1,000 yards. The guy's a big-time playmaker.
This is Trevor Etienne. And Florida will begin close to midfield.
Things that really seem to shift the pendulum in this game, and field position on top of it.
Richardson to the air. Lets it fly. Pearsall wide open. Counterpunch, Florida.
Let the fireworks fly. Here we go. Anthony Richardson, and you see what he's capable of doing when his offensive line gives him time. One of the best 5 units in the country, only surrendering 12 sacks this season. Anthony Richardson does a great job, staying patient, hangs in the pocket, takes the big hit, which allows his receiver, Ricky Pearsall, on the double move. He sold a corner route and then took it up as a go route.
I know what you're thinking, Brock. It's a good choice that you stayed away from that 3rd cup of coffee. This first quarter providing the espresso.
No coffee needed for this one.
Mahalik's extra point ties the game at 7. Anthony Richardson, Gainesville native, grew up idolizing Cam Newton. A strike to the Arizona State transfer, Ricky Pearsall, will tie it. A stretch from 1990 to 2003 where it was ranked every year. Half the time, a top 5 matchup as Pittman won't leave the end zone. Travis, the screen pass incomplete. Wanted the tight end, Cameron McDonald. Impact players tonight brought to you by Chick-fil-A.
For Florida State, we have wide receiver Johnny Wilson at 6'7", 235 pounds. You'd think this kid's a tight end. No, he's a receiver. He bends well. He runs well. He's athletic. And then for the Florida Gators, we have Amari Burney, who needs to play big with Ventrell Miller out until the second half. The senior Burney leads the team in takeaways in the 2022 campaign.
Quick release and a completion. Kentron Portier, a gain of 16. Mike Norvell raved at how far Jordan Travis has come this year. His ability to process, read the defense. His football IQ has jumped exponentially. Florida showing blitz. Travis moves the pocket. This time he hits his tight end, McDonald, who's got a first down into Gator territory. A gain of 14 more.
Tremendous catch by Cameron McDonald. The one-handed grab, bootleg play. You can see Mike Norvell does a tremendous job of getting Jordan Travis comfortable early in the game, leaning on the run, tight end screens, and then just there, the quick bootleg, dumping the ball out to the flat.
Florida cheating a DB, Kamari Wilson up to the line. Safety blitz, it's a run. Burney makes the stop, a gain of 2. Benson the carry. Trey Benson now 58 yards on just 4 rushes. Had that big 46-yard scamper, which set up his touchdown run.
You talk about Florida State being so good on third down, converting 51% of their tries this season. It's because they run the ball so efficiently on first and second down. Expect to see an extra safety in the box for the Gators.
Another blitz, and this time Travis takes off. Serpents around the edge, gets out of bounds. Well, third down's easy if you don't get there. That was a first down conversion on second down.
Hey, there's no rule that says you need to get to third down. Peyton Manning used to say in meetings all the time, you're allowed to go first down, second down, first down. Right there, you're seeing why Jordan Travis is so dangerous and so valuable to this team. Not only is he playing very efficient football through the air, but he's definitely a weapon with his legs.
Lawrence Toafili comes into the game at running back. Travis to the air. Has time. Downfield for Wilson. Incomplete. Broken up. It was the 6'7" Johnny Wilson, the intended target. And you brought him up, Brock. That's the conflict for Florida. Their coach is telling us, you can bring another guy down in the box. You risk having to go one-on-one. In this case, he was double-teamed, but you risk giving Johnny Wilson a chance to make a play.
It really is, and it's simply just pick your poison. You see Johnny Wilson running right by Jason Marshall Jr., and that shows the athleticism that the 6'7", 235-pound receiver has.
Kamari Wilson helping out. Wilson getting the start for Rashad Torrance. That's Florida's leading tackler. On the ground. And nothing doing it. Jason Marshall, the corner, throwing Toafili down for a loss of 2. And here's a 3rd and long now for Florida State.
And this is really a situation that Florida State has not been faced with in their last month of football. They've played pure dominant football against their last 4 opponents. And so really part of that was because they did so well on first and second down, they left themselves in 3rd and short, so they had the option to run the football or throw it.
Florida State 51% on third downs. Florida defensively at 48%, among the worst in the country. Flag down. Throw to the sideline is incomplete. SEC officiating crew, James Carter, the white hat.
Illegal formation. Offense. More than 4 players in the backfield. That penalty is 9. 4th down.
And that is very unlike a Mike Norvell football team. He really prides his teams on being disciplined, being sound with the fundamentals. You don't normally see a Mike Norvell team have an illegal formation. It's simply just a communication error between the receivers and tight ends, who's on and who's off.
4th down, 12 to go. Ball on the 36, and Florida State comes out like they'll go for it. Trayshawn Ward joining Travis in the backfield. Florida brings pressure. Pocket holds. Travis running right, throws on the run, and nearly intercepted. Trey Dean had a beat on it, and had he caught it, he might still be running.
How did Trey Dean drop that one? Just as we're talking about how efficient Jordan Travis has been, only 1 interception in his last 5 games. He basically just handed it to Trey Dean there. That's a play he's going to definitely want back tomorrow.
But Billy Napier's got a lot of faith in some of his young wideouts. A few who shined last week in the loss to Vandy. Johnson left side into Florida State territory for a gain of 21 as we check in with Taylor.
Anthony Richardson told me this week it's going to be all about communication with some of the inexperienced receivers. After that Ricky Pearsall touchdown, he came and smiled. He just said, guys, all day long.
Little quarterback power. Richardson cuts it back and snakes inside the 40.
Anish, to your point, when we brought it up to Billy Napier, we said, hey, coach, you know, you're missing the majority of your receiver room. You're missing 2 starters.
Then had some ups and downs. Didn't play as well against Kentucky the following game. Jalen Kitna has only played in 2 games this season. He hands it off. It's Montrell Johnson. A pickup of a couple. It sets up 3rd down. So now the story becomes, what's the status of Anthony Richardson, and will he be able to return for the Gators?
Definitely something we're going to keep an eye on. And with Jalen Kitna, your backup in the game, redshirt freshman who doesn't have a ton of playing experience, we're going to find out a lot about Billy Napier and his ability to call plays on a big stage like this with a young quarterback in there. He needs to do a great job of finding plays that are breather plays for Kitna, that he doesn't have to read the whole field. It's just 1, 2, 3 high efficiency throws.
On 3rd down, they run it. It's Johnson, and he's got a 1st down. That's the thing about this Florida offense. At their best, it hasn't been the pass game. They have been able to run the ball at will, like we saw against South Carolina, against Texas A&M.
You're exactly right. When this Florida football team rushes for over 200 yards, they're 6-1. And for a young quarterback, your best friend is a good defense and a great run game. Picking up a 3rd down on the ground is huge for Jalen Kitna's confidence.
Kitna keeps and maneuvers his way inside the 25. Escapability there with the pressure in the backfield.
Kitna doing a tremendous job on the zone read, reading Derek McClendon, the defensive end. He crashes down, turns his shoulders with the running back. Kitna does the right thing, tucks the ball, gets positive yards.
Anthony Richardson was in the tent momentarily, came out, tried to run up and down on the sideline. He's with trainers right now. He was pointing to his right hip, grimacing a little bit in pain. You can see him on the sideline still trying.
We'll keep watching. Thank you, Taylor. Kitna, hands off. This is Etienne. And he has stood up just shy. It'll bring up a 3rd and short for Florida.
Tatum Bethune doing a great job for the Seminoles, getting off his block, using his hands, and making the tackle there for a short gain.
Gators now using tempo. They run it again. 1st down, Etienne. That is the younger brother of Travis Etienne, who saw a lot of Florida State while at Clemson. Travis now with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Trevor Etienne, a true freshman, came in averaging better than 6 yards per carry, and he's part of that 3-headed monster for that Florida ground game, as Malcolm Ray is the Seminole who is down. 1st down, Florida in the red zone. Toss to Etienne. Big hole left side and thrown down inside the 15-yard line by Jamie Robinson. That's Florida State's leading tackler.
I think this is a huge sequence for the Florida offense. Last week and even the last couple weeks, they've really struggled scoring touchdowns in the red zone. So for them, if they are able to find a way to finish this drive in the end zone, it'll definitely give them a lot more confidence throughout this football game.
The last 22 red zone possessions for Florida, only 11 touchdowns. Richardson rolls right. Completes to Odom. Touchdown, Florida. Jonathan Odom into the end zone. 2nd receiving touchdown of the season. And the Gators take the lead.
Well, for Anthony Richardson, he had the quarterback's dream there. He had 2 guys open for touchdowns. He either had Ricky Pearsall on the corner route who slid behind the defensive backs on the play-action fake, or tight end Jonathan Odom, who slides across the formation on the play-action, gets lost. Florida State getting caught with their eyes in the backfield with the run game. Tremendous play call by Billy Napier and great execution by the Florida Gator offense.
Only the 3rd catch of the season for Odom, whose dad, Jason, was a former All-American at Florida.
Going back to that last play, the play-action bootleg by the Florida Gators. They do a tremendous job of selling the run inside, getting outside the pocket. Florida State, an uncharacteristic play by them, getting their eyes caught in the backfield. That's going to be an eye violation tomorrow when they break down the film, which then allows Jonathan Odom to slip out for the touchdown.
Seminoles run it on first down. Benson picks up 2, showed some patience, up to 60 yards on the ground in this first quarter.
Florida State just trying to work that outside stretch play. They've had a lot of success this season with that play. The Florida Gators having none of it, being stout up front in the trenches.
Big emphasis for the Florida defense this week. Win the edges. Benson again. And swarmed by a gang of Gators at the 30-yard line. Third down, 5 to go. Florida State so far 0 for 2 on third downs.
You can see why that Florida State rushing attack has had so much success this year. The Gators were stout. They were there to make the play. But with Florida State averaging almost 330 pounds across their offensive line, that single back power, that single pulling guard, they're able to mush and find positive yards.
Clean pocket. Travis wants Johnny Wilson, who brings it in with one hand. That's what a 6'7" target can do for a QB.
The craziest thing about that, Jason Marshall, who's covering him, he's 6'1". That's a big corner. But what Johnny Wilson says, hey, I'm 6'7", just throw it up a little bit higher. I'll go get it. Florida State not doing anything special. That's just a straight go route that Jordan Travis gets up quick. Great ball, great catch. After
a pickup of 25, Benson driven back hard by Derek Wingo.
Johnny Wilson really been a nightmare matchup this season with teams that like to play man coverage like the Florida Gators do. Don't kid yourself, 6'7", 235 pounds. Doesn't matter who you put on him. That's going to be a hard matchup to win tonight.
He's been the big play guy, averaging almost 20 yards per catch. Good for second in the ACC, behind only North Carolina's Antoine Green. Travis hits Portier for a first down inside the Florida 30.
Great tackle by Donovan McMillan. If he doesn't make that shoestring tackle right there, that's a touchdown for the Florida State Seminoles. You can see, though, what having a great rushing attack does. When you go play action, you're going to get the linebackers and safeties to step up, and then you can hit that pop pass over their heads.
Out of a 2 tight end set, Travis runs, finds a small hole, gets free. Inside the 10, still dancing, and in! That's Fred Astaire. That's Baryshnikov tiptoeing the sideline. Fitzgerald evens the game. Fireworks in this opening quarter from Doak Campbell Stadium.
Jordan Travis on the QB keeper there, pulling the ball. Micah Pittman delivering a big block down the field. That's something that this Florida State wide receiver room really takes a lot of pride in, is contributing in the run game with great blocks. You saw that there with Pittman to create explosive plays, and no one does it better than the Florida State Seminoles this season. My plane landed last night in Tallahassee, and they started playing the Florida State fight song over the intercom.
That's Pearsall taking a big hit by Renardo Green, the corner. Florida State defensively had had given up just 12 total first-half points during this 4-game win streak. Florida's got 14 in the opening quarter. Richardson to the air. And there's that howitzer of an arm. It's complete to Pearsall. A flag flies in on the back end of the play. And it's going to be against the Seminoles.
Holding, defense, number 21. That penalty is declined. The result of the play, first down.
Greedy Vance, the Louisville transfer.
Anish, I think Florida State kind of got away with one a couple plays ago. Targeting, one of the definition is any hit to the head or neck area with the crown of the helmet, which is the 6-inch radius at the top of that helmet. You see there the defensive back for Florida State lowering, delivering with the crown. I think the Seminoles got away with one there.
They absolutely did. That's a gain of 7, and that replay shows it. In that case, Pearsall is not a defenseless player, but that's out the window when you make forcible contact with the crown of the helmet.
That's exactly right. But you know what? Would you expect anything else with a rivalry game like this? These two schools don't like each other one bit. Expect to hear the pads popping tonight.
That's the end of the first quarter.
Campbell Stadium tied at 14 after 1 quarter of play. Second down, Florida near midfield. They empty it out. Hard count by Richardson. 4-man rush. Richardson flushed, sidearms it, and it's picked off. Jarian Jones, his first interception of the season, second of his career, and the Seminoles take over right on the logo.
What a play by Jarian Jones with the interception. Anthony Richardson didn't like what he saw downfield, moved outside the pocket. Anytime you're sliding to your left and throwing back to a receiver coming back to his right, you have to make sure that he can't get undercut by the defensive back. And that's exactly what Jones does here, undercutting the ball, trying to get to Jonathan Odom. Something Anthony Richardson has not done as of late is turn the football over. Tonight, turnovers will definitely play a major factor in the outcome of this game.
Florida State trumpets the #1 pass defense in the ACC. It's the #1 defense overall in the ACC as well. Benson gets the call on first down and slams right into that Florida phalanx. No gain. A loss of a yard. Jervon Dexter with the tackle.
Sudden change situations for Florida State. Look for them to possibly take a shot. They're around the 50-yard line. Look for them to try to cut this drive short, find an explosive play towards the end zone. And then for Florida, you need to be aware of that. You need to find a way to get some pressure on the quarterback and protect that end zone.
There's the blitz. Travis completes. Wilson lost the football, and it's ruled incomplete.
Speaking of getting pressure on the quarterback, I love what Florida's doing. They say, hey, sudden change, you got a turnover, our back's against the wall. They bring pressure there on that last play. They're not going to let Jordan Travis sit back there and have all day and be comfortable. They're trying to get that football out of his hands quickly.
Yeah, is that a catch and a fumble? Did he have possession of it? They say no. Wilson recovered. It goes as an incomplete pass. They will not take a longer look. I'm not sure he ever had possession of it. Third down. Travis downfield, a lot of contact, and we'll get a flag. Marshall in coverage. And again, they're throwing to big Johnny Wilson, the Arizona State transfer.
You can see the impact.
Defense, #3. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
You can see what Johnny Wilson does to a defense. The Florida Gators are so concerned about him. Their defensive backs, everybody was in man-to-man, one-on-one coverage except for Johnny Wilson, cheating the safety over there. Jason Marshall Jr. getting flagged for the early contact. You can tell Johnny Wilson getting into the heads of the Florida Gator defensive backs quickly in this football game.
And that could open up running lanes for this offense. They run it here, and it's Ward for a pickup of 4. Johnny Wilson, when he made the decision to transfer from Arizona State, only had one offer in the portal, and that was from Florida State. He had gone on the record and said he was legitimately worried at one point that schools didn't want him. He thought he might be out of options.
He didn't have a ton of production at Arizona State, battled some injuries early in his career, so I think a lot of schools, they didn't really know who Johnny Wilson could be. You're seeing in this football game the type of player he is. He can make plays, but even if the ball doesn't come his way, he draws so much attention by the defense, everyone else gets one-on-one matchups.
Travis rolling to his right. Throws on the run. Incomplete for Portier. Marshall in coverage. It's 3rd down. Brock, the part of this Florida State offense we have not mentioned and has been a huge part of the success. The guys in the trenches. The O-line for the Seminoles. Let's be honest, it's been a weakness for several years. They have turned it around. Alex Atkins has done a tremendous job working with that unit. That's a big reason he's a semifinalist for the Broyles Award, which goes to the best assistant coach.
This Florida State offensive line, that group of 5 right there, arguably one of the best units in the entire country. They're player-led. They hold each other accountable and work extremely hard throughout the week.
3rd down, they run it. Caught Florida off guard. It's Ward with a gain of 17, cleaving that secondary and a red zone opportunity for the Noles.
Big Jazz, turn of time, 6'7", 336 pounds right there on the edge. Number 79 playing right tackle. You can see what just his sheer size does. He's able to play leverage, create a wall, which sparks the running back for the big play.
You have to be aware of those 3rd down and 6, 3rd and 7 runs by Florida State. Toafili to the outside, and he is wrapped up. Umanmi Ellen makes the tackle.
That's something that Florida State's definitely going to try to do tonight. They've done it all season. They're really going to try to take advantage of the outside stretch and zone plays. It's going to be key for Florida's defensive ends and linebackers to set the edge to wad up everything inside.
Travis under pressure, escaping, and runs out of bounds. Shamar James in pursuit. It sets up another 3rd down for Florida State.
I mean, are you kidding me, Jordan Travis? Probably sacked 2 times there, but the speed that he has, the lightning quickness, he just gets out of these plays with effortless. It seems so effortless to him. Saves the play from a negative play, gets it almost back to the line of scrimmage. Jordan Travis, a very special football player.
Florida State needs the Florida 7. Travis with time. And off the hands of his intended target. Wanted the tight end, McDonald. It brings up 4th down, and Fitzgerald will try to put the Noles on top.
Boy, a couple drops early in the ball game by both teams. Florida State, a couple on that drive. Cameron McDonald, someone who's been very sure-handed this season for the Seminoles with the drop there.
Fitzgerald had a rough stretch early in the year when he missed 5 of 7. He's hit 5 of 6 since, the only miss coming from beyond 50. This is from 37. No good. And a missed opportunity off the turnover for Florida State.
And at some point, you got to wonder how big of a factor the emotions are playing early in this ball game between drops, turnover.
2 tight ends into the game for Florida. Etienne, the running back. Now Pearsall, the man in motion. It's Etienne on the cutback, broke a tackle, picked up 2. A lot of pre-snap Amsterdam, window dressing and eye candy. And Taylor, Florida State got a little bit of that last week.
Yeah, rehearsal facing Billy Napier's old team in Louisiana. You mentioned the shifts and motions. We just saw them right there. Florida State's defense telling me this week they needed to stay disciplined with their eyes. Brock, after this play, what are you seeing?
Really, it just boils down to making a defense hesitate. The shifts and motions, you're just window dressing basic plays, but it caused confusion for a defense.
ETN had just a slimmer, unable to get close to the marker. Pickup of 6 on the play, 3rd and short.
False start. Offense, number 76. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
And that's the 5th-year left tackle, Richard Garage. He'll play some right tackle as well. ETN goes wide. Empty set. 4-man rush. Clean pocket. Richardson completes. It's Pearsall into Florida State territory and out of bounds at the 43-yard line, a gain of 33. We expected a heavy dose of Ricky Pearsall with all the injuries to the receiving corps. 3 catches, 96 yards in this first half.
And why wouldn't you feature Ricky Pearsall? He's one of the best route runners in the country. And when you catch him in man-to-man, you need to feed him the ball right there, just running a basic in cut at about 12 yards. Anthony Richardson doing a great job, keeping his eyes down the field, standing tall and strong in the pocket, and delivering with strike point accuracy.
Richardson down the seam. Pearsall to the house. His 2nd touchdown, 43 yards, and Florida's back on top.
Getting Ricky in the slot, man-to-man on Kevin Knowles, simply just running a little seam route right down the hash. Perfect throw by Anthony Richardson.
That is 3 first-half touchdown passes by Richardson. Pearsall has a career high in receiving yards, and there's still 9.5 minutes to play in the first half.
I can't say I'm surprised. Anthony Richardson in the loss last week to Vanderbilt.
Trey Benson, the running back, as Florida State begins from its own 25. Micah Pittman in motion. Travis using the play fake. Benson in the flat. Has room to run. Out to the 45-yard line, a flag down.
I think that's going to be on Malik McClain at the wide receiver position with a hold.
During the run, holding. Offense, number 11. 10-yard penalty. Results in first down.
They get McClain for holding. I don't know if Mike Norvell is going to be too upset with that, because when we talked to him, you brought this up. The first thing that jumps out when you turn on Florida State tape and the blocking is what?
They do a tremendous job on the perimeter. They're disciplined. They block with fundamentals. But just there, Malik McClain just getting his hand a little bit too far outside. You see a little bit of jersey tug. That was an easy one for the official on the sideline.
It's one of the best blocking receiver units in the Power 5. It's a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul, so 1st and 3. Travis again to the air. He's got Benson underneath. Daylight and then some in the darkness. And he takes it inside the 35, a gain of 34. Another explosive play by the Seminole offense.
Trey Benson just coming out of the backfield, running the old Texas route. You kind of sell the flat, then you stick your foot in the ground, you come back to the middle. Jordan Travis does a tremendous job of looking off the defense opposite. Travis was looking to his left. The Gators sank, came back to his running back Benson for the explosive play. Great execution.
110 plus all-purpose yards for Benson. Travis boots to his right. And scampers out of bounds. He picked up 9 on the play. They might give him enough. They're going to give him enough for a first down.
I'll tell you what, the great quarterbacks are able to make something out of nothing, and that's exactly what Travis faced there. Florida Gators in a cover 2 defense, nowhere to go with the football. Travis, with his lightning speed, able to tuck it and pick up a first down.
Philly bounces to the outside. And another strong run. This run game picking up some traction. 9 more on the play. 137 on the ground for Florida State. Florida's got 75 on the ground.
You remember when rushing for over 100 yards in an entire game was a big deal? Now you're doing it in a quarter and a half of football.
I think it was Tony Soprano who said, remember when is the lowest form of conversation. But I do remember when. Travis keeps it, fooled the defense, and gets out of bounds at the 12-yard line. That'll move the chains. Move the chains. It's a first down for Florida State.
Tell you what, the Florida Gators defense, they've been on the field a lot in this first half already, and you're seeing what that big offensive line is able to do for Florida State. They're just starting to lean on these guys. They're capturing the edges and able to get that ball outside and downhill.
Travis to the end zone. Incomplete, no flag. In the direction of Deuce Spann. Jaden Hill in coverage. They were locked up. Not sure that ball was catchable. Second down. Mike Norvell's team has run for 200 or more yards in 6 straight games. Longest streak for Florida State since 1987.
Keep an eye at the top of your screen. 6'7", Johnny Wilson matched up with Jason Marshall Jr.
Micah Pittman, the slot man. Travis looking for Pittman. It's incomplete. It was tipped.
I think that ball was tipped by big Desmond Watson inside. 6'5", 415 pounds. The man is athletic. Got his hands up there. Deflected the pass.
Watson in the weight room too. Squats 720, benches 520. His teammate Rashad Torrance says that's not normal. That is a strong human being.
It's incredible. When he's double teamed by 2 offensive linemen, you usually only see 1 offensive lineman on the other side of him.
3rd and 10 from the 11. Travis under pressure, trying to escape, able to escape. Turns the corner, stays in bounds. Sports Center top 10. He's down inside the 1. It's going to be 1st and goal. They may look at that. They look at all scoring plays, so the replay booth will look at it. Oh my, Jordan Travis was dead to rights at least 3 different times.
Are you kidding me? Jordan Travis, Anthony Richardson, these are 2 quarterbacks that will not be denied tonight. Jordan Travis does an incredible job of getting out of multiple sacks and turns it into a possible touchdown.
The ruling on the field is that the runner was short of the goal line. The previous plays in the video review.
Now there's 2 questions here. One, where's the ball when the knee goes down? The other question is, does he begin to slide? Because if they rule that he began to slide, you're going to spot the ball at where he started to slide.
Review. The ruling that the runner was short of the goal line stands. It'll be first down at their ball spot.
Been the best 10-yard run we've seen all season.
Arguably, maybe even over the last couple of years. Like I said, he gets out of 3 sacks on the play. He's got guys trying to hawk him down, chase him down, determined to get in that end zone, gets the ball down to the 1-yard line. Great play by Jordan Travis.
3 tight ends in the game. Travis keeps it this time. Indisputable. That's a touchdown.
Untouched for 6.
The extra point is good by Fitzgerald. Quarterbacks dueling Doak. Way back when it was Ward and Werfel. Tonight, Richardson and Travis. Total offense combined in this first half. Tied at 21. Florida State kicking off after a Travis touchdown. This one is returnable. And Florida out to the 20-yard line with ETN. Richardson hands to Montrell Johnson. And the Louisiana transfer picks up 16 on the play. Sun Belt Conference Freshman of the Year a season ago. Brock, give me a guess if you got one.
I got to be honest, I'm stumped. I'm just so impressed with the double teams there by that Florida offensive line. Just driving the Seminoles back. I forgot about the trivia question. If you're going to force me to do this, I'm going to say the Buckeyes. Buckeyes have a high-powered offense that knows how to score points.
Answer coming. Johnson to the outside. And wrapped up after a pickup of 4. Okay, let's answer our Aflac trivia question.
Second down.
Oh, look at that, Brock. You got it?
Hey, a guy gets lucky once in a while.
No, you knew. You knew.
I just remember that battle they had with Northwestern a couple weeks ago, and that kept creeping back into my head.
And they got a battle tomorrow as well. Once again, it's Johnson. Into Florida State territory, pickup of a dozen more. Robinson the stop.
I love what the Florida Gators are doing. They're just calling a duo inside run play, which basically means there's 2 double teams on both defensive tackles on the line of scrimmage. And at right guard for the Gators, big Osiris Saibo Torrance at 347 pounds, leading the charge on the right side.
He's another Louisiana transfer and the #1 rated guard in the country. Richardson thought about throwing deep. Shovels incomplete for Johnson. Boy, if that was on target, Montrell Johnson had about 30 yards of running room. Rivalry weekend continues tomorrow on ABC. Caleb Williams in the Heisman convo. He and USC will take on Notre Dame. Trojans right now the last best chance for the playoff in the Pac-12.
How about that Caleb Williams performance last week? Was that not fun to watch?
USC, UCLA going down to the wire. USC's come out of a lot of burning buildings without a scratch this season. ETN getting the call.
Gators doing a great job of getting this back into 3rd and manageable. You know Doak Campbell's going to come alive on this 3rd down attempt.
Ricky Pearsall in the slot. 139 yards receiving already. And now both teams getting into it at the logo. Officials quick to separate.
Coach is doing a great job of keeping their players on the sideline right now.
It's a day of close finishes coming your way. Anish, Brock, back to you.
Kevin, thank you. Big 3rd down and 7 for Florida. On the ground, Etienne staggers and picks up a 1st down across the 40. A gain of 10 for the freshman Trevor Etienne.
I'll tell you what, this Gator offensive line is really taking control right now late in the 2nd quarter. You know they called a run there. Billy Napier, there was no hesitation. If they did not get that, it was 4-down territory for the Gators. Just trying to make it 4th and manageable. They were able to pick it up. And right now, the Gators have a chance for a 14-point swing. They're going to let this play clock run down. The Gators receive the opening kickoff in the 3rd quarter. If they're able to find a touchdown here, melt some clock, and get points to start the 3rd, that's a big swing for the Florida football team.
Etienne again. Turbos inside the 30 as we check in with Taylor.
Mike Norvell telling us this week the biggest key for his team is to stay even-keeled emotionally. He said, when guys need to get that reminder, I will point to my head on this sideline. You see him doing it right here. Keep everybody emotionally calm and steady. Brock, a lot easier said and done in these big rivalry games.
It certainly is. I tell you what, sitting at the hotel all day long, waiting to get out here for the night game, all this stuff, all these emotions really build up. It's very difficult to keep under control and keep your composure in these rivalry games. These are the football games that you will talk about for the rest of your life. These players know it. They're giving their all tonight.
A short run by Etienne sets up a 3rd down and 1. Jones is down for Florida State, one of the starting corners. Richardson under center and moves the pile.
Things are getting chippy down there on the field. Don't kid yourselves. These two teams do not like each other, and they will do whatever it takes to win this ball game.
It is enough for a 1st down. Sometimes you don't have to overcomplicate. That's 6'4", 230 pounds for less than a yard. It momentarily stopped the clock. We come up on a minute to play. Richardson, 3 touchdown passes today. Downfield off the hand of Pearsall. Tried to drop that between 2 defenders. 58 seconds to go, 2 timeouts left for the Gators.
I'm really surprised Anthony Richardson snapped the ball so early with that play clock there. Like I touched on just a second ago, the Florida Gators get the opening kickoff in the 3rd quarter. This is a situation, yes, you definitely want to score a touchdown if you can. You can't be too patient, but you also don't want to be in a situation where you score points and give Florida State a chance to answer before halftime.
Etienne on the cutback, tripped, and down he goes at the line of scrimmage. 3rd down, and a timeout. Here's the blitz. Richardson, downfield, incomplete, left it short. Intended for Jordan Pouncey. 6th-year senior, primarily a special teams player. Again, he's in there with all the injuries at wide receiver. So now 4th down, and Mahalik will try for a field goal to give Florida the lead.
Great job by Florida State. That was a bend but don't break sequence. Did not give up the touchdown after Florida drove the field. They played man coverage and brought a safety blitz. They're lucky Anthony Richardson did not take off and run there. I thought he was going to. He had a lot of space to make a play.
A 41-yarder for the lead. And Florida goes up 24-21 with 42 seconds to go in the half.
Setting records for a team GPA.
Travis, 7 of 16 passing, 149. Arm was hit as he threw it. It lands incomplete, 2nd and 10.
Tell you what, Florida playing a little bit with a double-edged sword. You know, a lot of times in these situations, you see a team play soft zone coverage, keep everything in front of them, rally to the tackle. Not for the Florida Gators. Right there, they just brought an 11-dog blitz, meaning 4 D linemen are going to rush. Both linebackers are going to blitz. Every corner was in man-to-man coverage.
Four-man pressure. Travis fires a strike, but it's through the hands of Johnny Wilson. 3rd down and 10. 34 seconds to go. Still take another shot or just run here?
Well, with the defense that Florida's been playing, I'm taking another shot. Once again, Florida came out on 2nd down, and they played a cover 0 scheme, which is also man, but with 0 safety help deep. Tell you what, if Florida State's able to get a completion, make one guy miss versus this man coverage, you could definitely see an explosive play.
Florida showing pressure. They bring it. Travis downfield for Portier. Incomplete, covered by Dean, the safety. It's 4th down, 28 seconds to go. And this could be our first punt of the evening by either team.
Yeah, fans weren't really happy with that one. They thought Trey Dean was there a little bit early, didn't get his head around. They wanted to see a pass interference call. But hey, give credit to the Florida Gators. They said, hey, we're going to challenge your offense right now. We're going to bring pressure. We're going to play man. And they held up against the explosive Florida State offense.
The Australian Alex Mastromano to punt. Ricky Pearsall waits inside his 35. Good kick. Pearsall back to the 25. Broke the initial tackle. Stumbling, stays on his feet. And zigzags his way close to the 30 at the 29-yard line. Johnny Wilson going into the locker room a few seconds before halftime. A run play here on 1st down. Etienne is wrapped up. Malcolm Ray had him in his embrace. And that will be the final play of half number 1.
Coach, you just gathered up your team. What did you have to say?
You know, the first half we had too many mistakes. We had some explosive plays, had some miscommunications. I've had some missed opportunities on offense, some drop balls. And we just got to clean it up and come out and play 30 minutes of clean football. And I know how our guys will respond.
With the way Anthony Richardson is moving the football down the field, what adjustments need to be made defensively?
We got to stop the run. Obviously they're being able to stay balanced with that. So with their play action game, he's doing a good job going through all of his progressions. But if we can try to force him to be one-dimensional, that's a big key here in the second half.
Thank you for your time, Coach.
Thanks so much.
Both teams have been able to establish the ground game, which is the bread and butter of both offenses. Johnson straight up the middle, only a yard on the play. Montrell Johnson, 10 carries, 70 yards now in the game, and both teams have run efficiently, and both have had some explosive plays on the ground. Split backs this time. Reynolds goes in motion. Screen pass behind him, ruled incomplete. And it's going to be 3rd down.
Now that's a play. That's the Anthony Richardson from early in the season. Florida State bringing a safety blitz there off the edge. If Anthony Richardson hits the wide open running back, he is still running. Those are throws. When it comes to Anthony Richardson, the only thing that's held him back is consistency. He needs to make that throw right there.
Edge pressure. Richardson hit. Incomplete. Wanted Dante Sanders as tight end. And Florida forced to punch for the first time.
Florida State bringing the do-it-all free safety, Jamie Robinson. The redshirt junior can do it all. In one game, he has played 3 different positions in that secondary. Truly a very talented football player for the Seminoles, bringing the pressure on Anthony Richardson.
Robinson in the game last year against the Gators, 18 tackles and a pick, as Crawshaw will punt it away. That one took a Florida bounce. It's fielded after a 52-yard kick, and Micah Pittman able to hold on. This is Benson. A yard brought down by the safety, Dean. This Florida defense gets a big upgrade in the second half. Their best player, linebacker Ventrell Miller, is back. He sat out the first half due to a targeting penalty last week.
He's back, and I bet you he's ready to fly around sideline to sideline, start popping some pads. Ventrell Miller, great fifth-year senior for the Florida Gator defense, can really do it all, has a lot of speed, knows how to shed blocks with his hands, get off of them, make tackles in the backfield.
Benson again, and not much. 3rd down and long. Florida State today 3 of 7 on 3rd downs, north of 50% on the season.
And that's exactly why they're 3 for 7 right now. Florida State, they've gotten 51% of their 3rd down tries because they're in 3rd and manageable. They're in situations where they can either run the football or pass it. Today, the Florida Gators have done a great job of putting them into 3rd and long, which are obvious passing situations.
Complete to Pittman, and a first down at the 35-yard line. A gain of 12 for Micah Pittman. You know his dad played for the Bucs in the NFL. Brother plays for the Colts. You'll see him on Monday night.
And that just shows the offensive genius of Mike Norvell. He's getting a wide receiver there.
Late hit. Defense, number 52.
He's getting a wide receiver.
Automatic first down.
Matched up on an inside linebacker in Amari Burney. A receiver's going to beat a linebacker every time. Great job of getting your playmaker in a favorable matchup.
And there's the late hit on Antoine Powell Ryland Jr.
Just a little inside curl route. He's able to break away versus man-match coverage. Like I said, a receiver on an inside linebacker, the receiver's going to win every time.
And there's Travis cutting a jagged path inside the Gator 45. Looked like a speed option on first glance, and he ran a counter.
I think the more you can get Jordan Travis in situations where he's running the football, even if it's a pass outside the pocket where he has the option to tuck and run, you can see what he's capable of with his legs. The kid has lightning speed.
66 yards on the ground. He'll hand it off this time. And that's going to be close. It'll bring up 3rd down and short.
Now this is where Florida State is used to living on 3rd down. They've done a tremendous job all season of being in these situations. Don't be surprised here if they try to run it to get a new set of downs.
And this could be 4-down territory if they don't get it. They do run it, and they do get it. Trey Benson again.
Amari Burney there to make the tackle, but what Trey Benson has is he has size, he has strength at 215 pounds. Not only does he have explosive speed, but he's able to lower his shoulder and fall forward for extra yards. Very powerful running back.
Travis stands in on the slant. Incomplete. Broken up by Trevez Johnson. He wanted the running back, Benson, 2nd and 10.
Johnson not fooled for a second right there in man-to-man coverage. Does a great job of not initiating early contact, but getting the hand in there for the pass breakup.
Handoff. Feet churning. Not much movement. Only a yard on the play. It's another 3rd and long for this Florida State offense. Benson with his 12th carry, up to 68 yards on the ground.
And this really puts the Florida Gators defense in a bind. They like playing man-to-man defense on 3rd down. But if you do that, no one has eyes on quarterback Jordan Travis. It's going to be a great chess match here. Do you play man or zone to keep eyes on the quarterback?
9th play of the drive. Travis throws, able to complete. It's Preston Daniel. Normally a blocking tight end, at just his 3rd catch of the season. It's shy of the marker. It'll bring up 4th down, and it looks like the offense is staying out there. No surprise.
No hesitation by Mike Norvell. He's very confident in his offense and what they can do. Florida Gators, great job of forcing this 4th down, though, playing a zone defense, playing at the sticks, rallying to the tackle.
3 tight ends into the game. Benson's the running back. And Billy Napier wants a timeout.
Expect to see some type of zone read scheme where Travis could give it, keep it, and still have an RPO option for the 3rd layer of this play.
He fakes the pass. He'll run. He's got a 1st down.
He created his own RPO. He said, hey, you know what? I'm not going to throw it. I'm just going to pump fake it, get you to jump up in the air, and then I'm going to run it by you. I tell you what, this kid's having a lot of fun tonight, just trying to will his team to victory.
That's the PRO our friend Dan Orlovsky keeps talking about. Pass-run option. Travis, play action. Throws on the run. Knocked down. That was Ventrell Miller making his presence felt.
We've seen a couple times tonight where both quarterbacks have tried to throw footballs into windows they don't normally try to do. They've done a great job this 2nd half of the season of protecting the football, especially Jordan Travis. You almost have to wonder if the emotions of this big game are starting to play a factor in the decision-making of the quarterbacks.
Travis in the month of November, north of 80% for completions, 9 of 23 tonight. Travis to the air, floats it downfield, 50-50 ball, incomplete for Johnny Wilson. Marshall in coverage. They've gone to Wilson now 7 times. He only has 1 catch.
Johnny Wilson and Jason Marshall Jr. out there on the outside having a great one-on-one battle tonight. Right there, Johnny Wilson had a couple steps on Marshall Jr. That's one that Jordan Travis needs to get up a little bit earlier, get his eyes out in front of his target, and make sure that Johnny Wilson can run under that one for an easy 6 points.
3rd down, 10 to go. Toa Philly, the running back. Delayed pressure. Travis looking for Pittman. It's tipped. And was that caught? It was caught out of bounds, and one official at the end of the play ruled it an incomplete pass. The ball was tipped, caught by Florida, but out of bounds. No interception for Trevez Johnson, and now it's 4th and 10 from the 28-yard line. Offense still out there. Florida State has had some kicking issues this season.
The ruling on the field is an incomplete pass. The previous play is on a video review.
Take one more look. Just need 1 foot in bounds in the college game. Hill tips it. Johnson.
I don't think he had possession.
After a replay review, the ruling on the field stood. So Trevez Johnson made the catch going out of bounds, just didn't have possession when that first foot landed inbounds. So now Ryan Fitzgerald will try a field goal from 46. He has already missed today from 37. It's been an up and down season for Fitzgerald. This to tie the game. all with 8:53 to go in the third. That 46-yarder, one shy of his season high. Fair catch is made, and Florida will bring it out to the 25-yard line.
And be available for your teammates to deliver passes downfield.
Screen pass for Reynolds offline. That's twice he's looked for the redshirt freshman Dejon Reynolds on a screen, and it hasn't been close. And remember, Reynolds last week had a career game against Vanderbilt, 8 catches for 165, 2 TDs, only had 4 career receptions prior to that game.
Yeah, Day Reynolds really burst onto the scene last week in the loss to Vanderbilt. But Anthony Richardson, he needs to settle into this second half. Already missed 2 layup throws to start this third quarter.
Richardson over the middle, and that's broken up. He wanted Douglas Jones, the PBU for Florida State. And that is now 7 straight incompletions for Richardson.
Talk about some textbook defensive back play by Jerry and Jones for the Seminoles. Does a great job, does not create early contact. Gets there right as the ball is being delivered, gets his hand in there, breaks it up. Anthony Richardson did his job, threw the ball on time and accurately. But when you have a defensive back like Jones breaking on the ball like that, tough to find completions.
Here's the blitz. Richardson looking for an escape route, and he is submerged. Shaim Brown the first to get there, and the Gators go 3 and out.
Anthony Richardson, really with the coverage sack here. Florida State coming out with a 5-man rush, a bare front, playing man-to-man defense behind it. Seminoles did a tremendous job of locking down all the wide receivers in their man-to-man matchups. Anthony Richardson had nowhere to go, went to take off to run, but there was a spy waiting for him.
Just getting this one off. Pittman signals for a fair catch and makes it after a 43-yard punt.
I mean, I'm just overwhelmed. This is like the pinnacle of my career.
You've played in this game. What makes this rivalry different?
I mean, it's just a natural hatred for each other. We grew up with a lot of these kids that we played against, and we've been joined since we were in elementary school. So that's what makes it special to beat people that we've competed with our whole life.
What's your favorite memory of this rivalry as a player?
Beating them 2 out of 3 times.
I would say that's pretty good. Thanks for the time. Anish?
Thank you, Taylor. Thank you, Marvin Jones. Travis loads up deep downfield for McClain, and he hauls it in. Down to the 12-yard line, a gain of 44, and Jordan Travis needed that.
He really did. He's been 2 for 11 out of his last 11 attempts. Finds Malik McClain on the big post down the field, one-on-one matchup. Did a tremendous job of leading his receiver to the middle of the field so he could run underneath that football for the explosive gain.
A chance now for the Noles to retake the lead. They trailed by 3 at the half. Benson cut down. A flag at the very end of the play.
There's no foul for holding on the play. Result of the play is a second down.
Brock, 6 plays now for Florida State tonight of 20-plus yards. 86 on the season, which is tops in the FBS.
Can't say I'm surprised. That's what Mike Norvell does with his offenses. They know how to score points. They know how to cut the field down by finding explosive plays. Listen, it's hard to put together 10, 12, 14-play drives. So Mike ends that by finding explosive plays and getting into the end zone in half that time.
There is Travis. Swims by a defender and then sidesteps out of bounds. Dexter tried to wrap him up, and it's been awfully hard all season for defenders to get a clean hit on Jordan Travis.
Tell you what, a couple plays ago, Jordan Travis connecting with Malik McClain on the big post down the field for the big play. As a quarterback, when you've been inaccurate, you've had some drops by your guys, you're starting to get out of rhythm, you've lost your flow, it's a play like that you just go, finally, and you get you back in rhythm, and you're seeing the Florida State Seminoles have some success on this drive.
3rd down and 11. Gators bring pressure. Travis in trouble, running away. Accelerates toward the end zone, slides, touchdown!
Jordan Travis doing everything he possibly can to...
The previous play is under review.
And it's under review because the ball is supposed to be dead where Travis begins the slide.
When a touchdown's on the line, but he needs to make it clear and lower his shoulder.
At the 1-yard line. The ball will be placed there. It will be 1st and goal.
And that's the right call. Again, as soon as his backside, his bottom, starts to drop, that's where the slide begins. And that's where the ball is dead. Still, the escapability by Jordan Travis tonight has been sublime.
I couldn't agree more, and I totally agree with the call that the officials made here, but for Jordan Travis, it's time to start lowering the shoulder at the goal line, because that's now happened to you twice tonight.
The 2 tight ends. Travis has 2 touchdown runs in the game. This time it's Benson pushing forward. No signal.
Don't forget, you have 415 pounds in there anchoring that front for the Gators with Desmond Watson.
They will mark him just short, so it's 2nd and goal. The one thing that Travis scramble did was give Florida State a new set of downs. This time, Benson turned back. 3rd down and goal for Florida State.
Desmond Watson, once again, the man squats over 700 pounds. Bench presses over 500 pounds. He lives for moments like this down there on the goal line.
You can almost see the sneer of cold command. Just come and try to run through me.
He says, listen, this touchdown's not coming through the A-gap. If you want to score, try the perimeter or put the ball in the air.
Travis comes under center. Toss left, Benson angles in for the score. Florida State on top after the touchdown run by Benson.
For Florida State tonight, it's been all things Jordan Travis on that last drive, getting things started off with the big post down the field for another explosive gain for the Seminoles, coming back with another incredible run. And then the Florida State Seminoles punching it in on a flip play to take over the lead at home at Doak Campbell Stadium.
Chimento sending this one away. Etienne out to the 25-yard line. Gators have had back-to-back 3-and-outs in this 3rd quarter. Richardson, quarterback draw. And he's escorted out of bounds by Green after a gain of 2. How do the Gators now recharge their offense?
I think the biggest thing is you have to find some breather completion plays for Anthony Richardson. And what I mean by that, it's halfback screens, tight end screens, quick game, RPOs. You have to find a way to get him back in rhythm with the passing game. But then don't forget Montrell Johnson Jr. and this offensive line. They did a tremendous job of running the football in the first half. Time to feed Johnson Jr. again.
Richardson lets it fly. Pearsall fell down. No flag on the play. And the Gators now in danger of a third straight 3-and-out.
Little friendly fire there. I think the legs just got tangled up between the two battling on the outside. Interesting, though, by the Florida Gators. They came back with the same pass play that they scored on early in the first quarter with Ricky Pearsall selling the corner route and then taking it to the go route, the double move. That time, Seminoles win.
Delay of game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
Safe to say you can credit that delay of game to this crowd at Doak Campbell Stadium, sold out 79,000. Anish, I don't think these people have sat down for one single minute since this thing started.
Blitz. Richardson launches deep. Incomplete. Wanted the freshman Douglas. It's 4th down. Florida. 3 straight 3-and-outs. Richardson. 9 straight incompletions. It's like we've seen a microcosm of his season play out tonight.
What a play by free safety Shaheem Brown coming from the middle of the field. Florida State Seminoles playing a man-to-man defense, a man free. Shaheem Brown flying out of the middle to break up that pass play. Got there just as the ball arrived. Textbook play. And like you talked about Anthony Richardson, there's one word when you talk about him. It's consistency. When he plays consistent football, he's as good as anybody. When he's not consistent, things are definitely up and down.
Here comes Pittman, and out of bounds across the Seminole 45. And we'll get a late hit on Florida. The tensions of a rivalry game.
As a player, you know better. When you see the ball carrier have 2 feet, let alone 1 foot on those white lines, you know you need to play smart. Pull up. I get it. It's a rivalry game.
Personal foul.
You want to make the big hit, but you have to play smart.
Kicking team. 50-yard penalty from middle of the run. 1st down.
Jamarcus Weston, the guilty party.
Invitational 70-65. Anish, brought back to you.
Meanwhile, Florida State continuing to press downhill. The tight end, McDonald, inside the Gator 15. Another explosive 32 through the air.
Such a great play call by Mike Norvell. Goes play action, moves Jordan Travis on a little half roll. All the receivers run deep. Florida thinks the ball's going to get shot down the field. But what do you know? Cameron McDonald on the old tight end drag delay. Acts like he's blocking. And then at the last second, sneaks out wide open. No one's there for coverage.
Two tight ends into the game. Travis lofts it to the end zone. That's going to be a hold. The defender all over Preston Daniel. Jaden Hill in coverage.
Before the pass, holding, defense number 0. Covers half the distance, automatic first down.
So that's Trey Dean, who had Daniel, mostly a blocking tight end, all locked up right there.
And you just wonder how much gas that Florida defense has left. They've been out on the field a lot more tonight than the opposing team's defense at some point, especially in this heat and humidity. That's going to be very taxing on your conditioning, and you really see Florida State starting to take over this momentum.
Travis rolling right, throws, end zone, touchdown Noles, Portier. Fitzgerald connects.
You really get the sense that Mike Norvell is starting to catch rhythm as a play caller, getting the Gators on their heels. Kentron Portier does a great job of sliding behind the Gator defense off the play action. A lot of eye candy there for that Gator defense to look at. You got a speed sweep, you got a play action, you got a boot. Portier able to slip into the back of the end zone and makes a tremendous catch. Like I said, there's a lot of eye candy, a lot of distractions that gets the defense to pause, and Jordan Travis is certainly at the forefront of that. Environment.
Gators have gone 3 and out on every series this quarter. And they finally break one. ETN lowers his shoulder, and they mark him out at the 40-yard line of Florida State, a pickup of 35. The freshman up to 77 yards rushing on just 12 carries.
Just when this stadium was about to explode, it was shaking. You hand it off to your star true freshman, Trevor Etienne, and you let him do the dirty work. Great play call by Billy Napier.
Reynolds in motion, play fake. Richardson downfield for Douglas. Broken up, incomplete. Shaheem Brown again on the back end of that Noles defense, the top-rated pass defense in the ACC.
Shaheem Brown making some great plays from that free safety position. You can definitely see his sideline-to-sideline speed. Really able to cover anywhere on the football field. Great pass breakup there.
It's a Florida offense without 5 wide receivers today. Xavier Henderson, Justin Shorter, a couple of big ones. And Richardson has thrown 10 straight incompletions. ETN, a gain of 2. It's 3rd down and 8. And here come the fans.
Don't be surprised if you see a run or a screen here. You want to protect Anthony Richardson. You're possibly in 4-down territory. You're kind of in no man's land. You can't kick the field goal. Punt doesn't gain you much, but maybe 20, 25 yards.
Richardson keeps, stumbles, Cyclones out of trouble, and uses that 230-pound frame to fight forward inside the 25. That turned into a 15-yard gain and a Florida first down.
I tell you what, I have goosebumps right now. This is what rivalry football is all about. Neither one of these quarterbacks wants to lose tonight. You can see the will to win right there with Anthony Richardson. Big-time play by the 6'4" sophomore from Gainesville.
His favorite player growing up, Cam Newton. Up the middle. And not much. No gain on the play. Maybe a half yard. It's the corner. Jones making the stop. Second down. Final seconds of quarter number 3. A quarter up until now that had been completely dominated by Florida State. The Gators on the move here. Ball inside the Seminole 25. Second down, 10 to go. Anthony Richardson, 10 straight incompletions. He'll try to run this, and he can't get the edge. He'll lose a couple of yards. DJ Lundy, who also moonlights as a fullback with the TFL. And Anthony Richardson, after starting 5 of 7 with 3 TD passes, 0 for 10.
Yeah, he's definitely cooled down since that first quarter. He's had a few drops. He's had a few poor decisions. He threw a couple of dirt balls that were definitely completable out there on the perimeter on those bubble screens. Needs to find a way to settle back into this game with his arm. Obviously, he's trying to will his team to victory with his legs. But if the Florida Gators are going to come out of Tallahassee tonight with a win, Anthony Richardson needs to take a deep breath, settle back into the pocket, make some throws down the field.
And a timeout by Florida before the snap. Empty set for Richardson. Free play. Richardson looking for the edge and dives ahead close to the 20, but this will be offsides. Florida State jumped. So 3rd and 12 becomes 3rd and 7.
Defense, number 5. 5-yard penalty, remains 3rd down.
That's Jared Verse having an all-conference season. The pass rusher, you lose Jermaine Johnson to the NFL draft. Verse, a transfer from Albany, steps in and has been another chaos agent up front.
And that's what you're going to get with your best pass rusher. He's always trying to time the snap, get a jump. He's got 8 sacks on the season. Not surprised at all to see him jump there on 3rd down.
ATN goes wide. Quarterback draw. Richardson. Legs churning. Can he get there? Going to be a little shy. 4th down, and Florida, you better believe, is going for it. They had a 4th and short earlier. Maybe it was a 3rd and short. You got 6'4", 230 at quarterback. Might see Richardson up the middle again on a sneak.
You certainly might, and you see the strength that Anthony Richardson has. He was met by defensive end Derek McClendon in the hole. McClendon's 245 pounds, and Richardson fell forward.
Well, Richardson's helmet came off, so by rule, unless Florida wants to burn a timeout, Richardson has to exit for 1 play. And remember, the Gators only have 1 timeout, so Jalen Kitna comes in, and I know there's 13 minutes to go. You might have to think about using a timeout here. That is a huge play.
Please reset the game clock to 13:15. 13:15 on the game clock. Thank you.
They adjusted the game clock, so Jalen Kitna in there at quarterback. 4th down. Richardson on the sideline. Kitna under center. Hard count. Johnson up the middle. Fighting forward to the 6-yard line. It's 1st and goal. And that is a huge break for Billy Napier on that Florida sideline.
How about the poise by backup quarterback Jalen Kitna? I know he didn't throw the football here, but what he did was not easy. He faked a snap count. He called a play. He sent a motion. Tremendous play by the backup quarterback.
And he stays in. Hands it off. Not much traction. Penalty marker down. Richardson making his way back on the field. And Verse is down for Florida State.
After the play, personal foul. Number 8 of the defense. Half the distance to the goal. Automatic first down.
Penalty is on Renardo Green. Verse is down for the Seminoles. A lot happening
for an injured player.
in that last sequence. Wildcat formation. Richardson split wide. Johnson will take the snap. Douglas in motion. Johnson the snap. Hit from behind. And he stopped. Second down. Flag down on the near side.
Outside. Defensive end. Because it's half the distance to the goal. First down.
Remember, Jared Verse, who went down before we went to break, not out there. They've got the talented Patrick Payton, redshirt freshman with a bright future, 56, in for Verse.
Don't be surprised here if you see a design quarterback run for Anthony Richardson. Already has 9 touchdowns on the ground this year. Definite weapon in the red zone.
They'll hand to Johnson, who's stuffed. Second and goal. Less than 12 to go in regulation.
I would love to see Richardson get outside the pocket, be on the run, give him the option to throw the football, run the football. He's so talented and just oozes athleticism. Keep the football in his hands.
This could be a quarterback run as they empty it out. Richardson keeps, throws on the run. Incomplete, dropped by Odom. It'll bring up third and goal from the 1. Odom had a touchdown catch earlier in this game. Richardson has now thrown 11 straight incompletions. Of the 5 passes he's completed, 4 have been to Pearsall. Odom has the other one. That's it. Again, a banged-up wide receiving group.
Yeah, it's been a mixed bag. Some of those incompletions are his fault. Some you need to credit the Florida State defense for pass breakups. There's been a few drops. It's really a lot of reasons why he's been inefficient in the pass game in the second half.
Johnson finds a lane and scores, but there is a flag.
Illegal formation against the offense. More than 4 players in the backfield. 5-yard penalty. Third down.
That is just inexcusable if you are the Florida Gators on offense right now. That is one of the first things you learn when you start playing football at the Pop Warner level. Who's on, who's off. Skill guys need to communicate. They need to point, use hand gestures. I know it's loud, but at this level of football, there is no excuse, especially on such a pivotal drive for your football team.
Edge pressure. Richardson rolling out toward the end zone. A lot of contact, and we'll get another flag. It was Brown in coverage. The pass intended for Pearsall. That's going to be against Florida State, undoubtedly. It'll be the 4th penalty of the drive for the Noles.
Pass interference. Defense. Number 38. The foul occurred in the end zone. By rule, the ball will be placed at the 2-yard line. Automatic first down.
And 3 of those 4 FSU penalties have resulted in a Florida first down.
Tell you what, Shaheem Battles really made some great plays from the free safety position in this second half. But right there, he needs to get his head around and make a play on that football.
And Shaheem Brown is down in the end zone. Johnson's the running back. Pearsall, the motion man. Johnson up the gut. And sandwiched a yard shy. Picked up 1, 2nd and goal from the 1. How many plays have we seen run down here inside the 10-yard line?
I tell you what, this Florida State defense is stout. Just right there, the Florida Gators' right side of their offensive line washed down that Seminole defensive front, but the second level was there to make a play. I tell you what, there's a lot of juice down there on the football field right now.
Johnson leaping. And he's in. Tried to lunge over the pile, extended the football, and as soon as that ball breaks the goal line, the ball is dead, and it's a touchdown.
Listen, you give the Florida Gators that many plays from inside the 5-yard line behind an offensive line that averages almost 325 pounds. It's just a matter of time before they're going to be able to punch it in.
The ruling on the field is a touchdown. The previous plays on a video review.
The touchdown, so you need indisputable video evidence to overturn the call.
Yeah, this is going to be all about what type of camera angles we have. Are we able to see the football? And right now, it's just a big pile of mush inside. So to your point, the biggest factor is the ruling on the field currently is a touchdown. So unless there's indisputable video evidence that can overturn that, this play is going to hold.
After video review, the ruling on the field stands. Touchdown.
So stand. Billy Napier, first-year Gators head coach, getting his first taste of this rivalry. And the Seminoles will bring it out to the 25-yard line.
Has been a lot of fun to watch tonight under the lights.
The Seminoles offense was on the bench for a long time during that last Florida drive. Benson ambushed. And it just gets back to the line of scrimmage. Taylor?
The message from Florida's coaches down here on the sideline to their defense: keep closing in on Jordan Travis and don't get frustrated. I can sense a little bit of frustration down here, but they just got the breather they needed to sort of reset, guys.
3 drives for Florida State in the second half. They've scored on every one. Travis has time, floats one down the middle and over the head of Toafili.
It's very understandable why the Gators defense would be so frustrated. You give Jordan Travis just an inch of open space, and with as fast and as quick as he is, he's gone. You know, for Florida, they need to have extra emphasis on being gap sound, being gap disciplined, because if Jordan Travis has any space at all, he's gone.
He has accounted for 3 touchdowns tonight, 2 on the ground, 1 through the air. That's 6 straight games now where he's accounted for at least 3 TDs. Gators bring pressure. Travis hit. Down he goes. The ball came out.
Antoine Powell-Ryland creating the fumble for the Florida Gators coming off the edge.
Florida State did recover. And the Seminoles now have to punt. Pearsall, the return man for Florida, and momentum swinging back to the Gators.
What a play by Powell-Ryland, just chopping down the arm by the offensive tackle, ripping through, getting underneath that block, and making a huge play for the Florida Gators.
Toafili able to cover up the football. Mastromano the punt. Pearsall has some room to run and zigzags his way to midfield. From midfield, the handoff to Etienne. And he is dropped by Jones after a pickup of 5. Florida in Florida State territory. You got to assume it's going to be the run game here. Anthony Richardson has not completed a pass in the second half. He's 0 for his last 11. And there's an injured Seminole now.
Anthony Richardson has truly been the definition of hot and cold tonight. Early in this ball game, he couldn't miss. Coming out slinging the rock, 3 touchdowns in the first half. But since then, his last completion came with a little over 11 minutes to go in the second quarter, trying to will his team to victory right now with his legs.
ETN. It'll bring up third down. No gain on the play.
And talking about Richardson's struggles, not all of it's been on him. He's delivered some really good footballs in the second half. You need to give credit to the Florida State secondary for being there, having great timing, breaking up those passes. But Richardson certainly did miss a few early in the third quarter that he's going to want back tomorrow.
They run it. Big hole for ETN. ETN in the end zone. The Gators a point after from tying it up.
Don't give Trevor Etienne any space. You give him an inch, he will take it the distance behind this big, strong offensive line. Just running a duo play, couple double teams on the line of scrimmage. Trevor Etienne finding the hole, bursting through it for the big-time touchdown.
Now Mahalik on for the tie. The extra point good. And with 7:41 to go, a brand new ball game in Tallahassee.
Brothers, one a ton of fun to watch on Sundays. The other just getting started with his college career.
And this kick is Squibber out of bounds. So Florida State will have it at
Free
the
kick out of bounds.
35-yard line.
Kicking team.
7:41 to go
35-yard line.
in this latest chapter.
You're going to have to see what TCU does down the stretch. A lot of factors playing to that Michigan-Ohio State game.
That's Ward with a nice run on first down, a gain of 8. Trayshawn Ward, he, Benson, Toafili, the legs of Travis. A rushing game that's accounted for 192 on the ground.
Jordan Travis, cool, calm, collected, taking his time, making sure there's great communication and everyone's on the same page right now for the Seminoles.
Back to Ward, got away from one, and then wrapped up for a big loss. It's third down. Princely Umanmielen, the first to get in there. Third down back at the 39-yard line.
Powell Ryland making some big plays here in this fourth quarter. Caused the fumble a series ago, coming back with a big play there. You can tell this Gators defense playing with a lot of emotion and passion right now.
Travis wants Johnny Wilson, who brings it in. Inbounds at the 40-yard line. A gain of 21, a Seminole first down.
Feed the big man. 6'7", 235-pound wide receiver Johnny Wilson working on Marshall Jr. Perfect back shoulder pass by Jordan Travis. With the defensive back's head turned, the back shoulder was the perfect decision.
Travis, long mesh point, moves the pocket, and slides down. They mark him down where he started the slide. A gain of 4, 2nd and 6.
And that's just rush lane discipline by the Florida Gators, or I should say a lack of. I'm sure they talked about it at halftime. Listen, we need to keep Jordan Travis in the pocket. You do that at defensive end by rushing to the quarterback depth. And then at that point, you can't run around him. You need to squeeze him. And from the defensive tackle position, you need to bull rush. The Florida Gators need to find a way to keep Jordan Travis in the pocket. Otherwise, he will keep hurting them tonight.
81 yards on the ground for Travis. He'll get some more. Stays on his feet. Travis dropped close to the 10-yard line. A pickup of 25. He's north of the century mark. And it's 1st and goal for Florida State right at the 10-yard line.
Tell you what, Jordan Travis is not going to be denied tonight.
Did he go down?
The ruling on the field was that the runner was not down prior to completing the run. The previous play is under review.
The palm is allowed to hit the ground.
How many close calls have we had tonight? These replay officials.
It looks like he's down, Brock.
After review, the runner's right knee was down at the 33-yard line. The ball was dead at that spot. It'll be 3rd down.
Line of Florida. Seminoles on offense. Benson finding the edge. And runs out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. A red zone opportunity coming for Florida State.
Florida State catching the Florida Gators, not set. A lot of communication taking place by the Gators, which is inexcusable on a 3rd down at this point in the game. And really, that's been the story for the Florida State Seminoles. They've been able to capture that edge on offense, get their skill guys, get their ball carriers outside where they can make yards and make hay. Florida Gators have yet to set that edge tonight.
And that 200-yard run streak continues. The lad on with Benson. Steel hammer, stiff arm, and a touchdown. The extra point good. Florida State retakes the lead, 45-38.
Big Jazz Turntine at right tackle, number 79. 6'7", 336 pounds, leading the way on the counter play here. Does a tremendous job. You see the kick out, Turntine leading up. That is textbook run game play.
Highest scoring game in series history, which was true before the Benson touchdown. The Seminoles were careful with his workload early, and he's become one of the best backs, not just in the ACC, but nationally. 250 rush yards for the Gators tonight. Off play action. Richardson hits Pearsall, gets a block, and that springs him loose. But we get a flag behind the play. Might get a block in the back here on Dante Zanders.
During the run, illegal block in the back, offense, number 18. 10-yard penalty. Remains 1st down.
A big issue for Florida a season ago, penalties. Really, up until last week, they had been pretty clean in that department. That's just bad timing.
Certainly, and that's one that Zanders just doesn't need to do. It's one of those things that you learn in Pop Warner football. I remember my dad at my first 4th grade practice, he said, listen, if you can read the guy's name on the back of the jersey, don't push him. That's one where Zanders needs to be smart. No need for that block in the back.
Out of a 2 tight end set. Johnson burrows forward for a couple of yards. 2nd down, 8 to go.
How about that move by Johnson Jr., showing his athleticism. Tatum Bethune, linebacker, Florida State, has a clear run through. He's in the backfield. Johnson sidesteps him, finds a way to get positive yards.
Not a lot of hurry from this Gators offense with 1 timeout and 3 minutes to go. On the ground, Johnson stood up. No gain, it's 3rd down. Deloach and Bethune at the point of attack.
First time of the half, Florida State, 30-second timeout.
Richardson in the pocket, now runs. A flag is down as Richardson takes it to midfield. The penalty marker back at the 23-yard line.
Coming back, offensive holding.
Holding. Offense, number 65. Could not come from the previous spot. 3rd down.
Kingsley Iguacan to center.
It's so hard as an offensive lineman because you don't know if your quarterback is going to stay in the pocket or if he's going to take off and run. That's one where Richardson takes off and runs. Kingsley doesn't know it. Gets caught holding.
Yeah, there's no urgency right now. It's 3rd and 18, less than 2 minutes to go. Clock running. Richardson, incomplete for Pearsall, no flag. Greedy Vance in coverage. It's 4th down.
Tremendous coverage by Greedy Vance. Textbook defensive back play. I like the decision by Anthony Richardson. Going back to his go-to guy tonight, Ricky Pearsall, who's had a big-time night, 2 touchdowns. Not able to connect there.
Richardson, 1 for 13 after starting 5 of 7. Richardson, incomplete. Florida State football. Hang on, there's a flag. Jarquez McClellan in coverage.
Pass interference. Defense, number 1. 15-yard penalty. Automatic 1st down.
And Florida gets a 1st down on the penalty.
Florida just got an early Christmas present. That was textbook coverage there. Nothing about that is pass interference. That is exactly how a defensive back needs to play. Good technique. Poor call by the officials.
Contact right before the ball arrived.
Not in a rivalry game, not on 4th down. That was textbook play.
Has his man in the flat, it's Odom. And he's into Seminole territory. A gain of 23 out of bounds, which stops the clock with 1:24. And boy, did the pendulum just swing in this game on a penalty. Incredible.
You hate to see the officials get involved with a game of this magnitude on a play like that.
Especially when they've been letting them play most of the night.
Thank you. Unless it's a clear-cut penalty, let the guys play. Let the players dictate the outcome.
Four-man twist. Richardson to the outside. Odom again out of bounds. Only 4 seconds elapsed. How about Jonathan Odom? Only 2 catches on the season entering tonight.
You knew somebody was going to have to step up. 2 starting receivers down. A couple other backups for the Gators. Last week, Day Reynolds stepped up big. Ricky Pearsall stepping up tonight. Jonathan Odom.
Florida State brings pressure. Richardson incomplete for Reynolds. Or rather, Sanders. And it'll bring up 3rd down and 4. 1:15 to go.
Florida State trying to get to Anthony Richardson. Not sitting back and playing coverage, bringing pressure, playing man. If Florida State's going to continue to play man defense against Richardson, Anthony needs to find his best one-on-one matchup. Me personally, that's Ricky Pearsall, and you need to feed Ricky.
Pearsall in motion. Richardson keeps. Runs to the outside, sheds a tackler, and runs out of bounds after picking up the first down. 1:09 to go in regulation. Florida still has that 1 timeout.
What have I said all night? Both of these quarterbacks doing everything within their power. You can see how much heart, how much passion, how much determination they're playing with. Jordan Travis, phenomenal football game. Anthony Richardson, phenomenal football game. A lot of credit to these 2 young signal callers.
Seminoles load up the box. To the outside, that's caught. And that's Sanders. He gets out of bounds. And Florida right now moving the ball, Brock. They're getting out of bounds. They're not using up a lot of clock.
No, they're doing a tremendous job. This has really been a textbook drive once they got their first down. And sometimes with a 2-minute drive, that's the most difficult thing. Once you get that first down, now you're in rhythm. Now you're having positive plays, and you get in sync with your offense.
From the 24. A drive extended on 4th down on a questionable pass interference call. Johnson goes wide. Richardson, quarterback run. And drags a man with him forward. 1 minute to go. We get a timeout by Florida. So the Gators are out of timeouts with a minute to go.
3rd and final timeout of the half.
24 yards to go,
Florida.
21 yards to go.
32nd timeout.
Let's go back to the PI call. 4th and long. Brock, you thought it was very questionable.
I really did. I thought Jarquez McClellan played this pretty good. I mean, yes, you can nitpick it and say, all right, there was a little bit of early contact, or maybe that right hand possibly hooked him a little bit early. But at the end of the day, it did not restrict the wide receiver from making a play on the ball. Yes, there's a little bit of contact, but on 4th down, rivalry game, the way you've been calling the game all night from the official standpoint, you've been letting the skill guys get after it a little bit and play. I did not like that flag.
The closest official to the sideline ruled it incomplete right away. The flag came in from behind the play.
Now, knowing what officials are looking for, I have a feeling once he saw that right hand from McClellan go on the right hip, that's usually an automatic indicator for pass interference.
Gators now out of timeouts. 60 seconds to go, down 7.
Keep an eye out for Ricky Pearsall in the slot.
Richardson to the air. Downfield, caught by Douglas. Oh, it came out at the end. The true freshman, Caleb Douglas, just couldn't bring it in. Had it in his grasp for a moment, could not complete the catch.
I love this throw by Anthony Richardson. Keeping his eyes down the field as Jared Verse is breathing down his neck, getting ready to hit him. Delivers a perfect football for his playmaker. Unfortunately, Douglas was not able to reel that one in.
52 seconds to go. Third down. 7 to go.
Need to be smart here. Plenty of time. Any completion's a good completion.
Richardson throws it away. There's a flag down.
False start. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Remains third down.
I'll throw this out at you early. If Florida does happen to score here, do you go for 2?
I had a feeling you were going to ask that one. My personality, absolutely. You're on the road. If you have a chance to win this football game, especially with all the injuries that you have on your roster, I think you take the chance and you go for 2.
Richardson to the sideline, airmails Odom, and another fourth down for Florida. Fourth end of the ball game.
Richardson had what he wanted. Odom was one-on-one. He won on the 12-yard comeback route. Richardson let it go with great anticipation. Ball just got away from him a little high.
Edge pressure. Richardson trying to get away. Chucks it downfield and complete.
How about Adam Fuller's defense going blitz zero, all-out blitz, no safety help, saying, hey, we are going to be the aggressor on 4th and 12. However, Florida State got away with one. That certainly should have been a 15-yard face mask penalty. First down, Florida Gators.
And every Seminole fan in this building and watching knows it, but they also feel Florida caught a break earlier in the drive on the pass interference call.
How about that? And that is just how these rivalry games shake out. Neither one of these teams wanted to lose. They laid it all out on the line. A lot of heart, a lot of passion in this one.
A kneel down for Florida State. And the Seminoles end a 3-game losing streak against Florida.
Thank you, Coach. You've had a lot of wins in your career. How is this one different?
Oh, it's special. I mean, just for all the things that these guys have been through, the way they've worked, the way they believed, and, even tonight, we knew it was going to be a 60-minute game. It was just a battle. And, I mean, that's what these guys are. They got unbelievable hearts. They have unbelievable character. They believe in each other, and I just love coaching them.
You said everything builds to this Florida game at the end of the year. What was it about the building process this year that worked?
Well, I mean, they just never quit. And even when we had some setbacks throughout the season, they continue to invest. They try to apply the lessons and just did a remarkable job. And we coach our guys hard. We challenge them. And, you see that toughness that gets put on display. And for the game to finish like it did, I'm just so proud of our guys for the way they compete.
What impressed you the most about what Jordan Travis did this evening?
I mean, he's remarkable. He's one of the best quarterbacks, one of the best players in all of college football. He makes it happen. And the way that he's carried this football team is special. And just so proud for that young man and grateful for him to have this experience.
You were seemingly able to get Anthony Richardson completely out of his game in the second half. How?
I think, players did a remarkable job. Adam and Coach Fuller and his staff did a wonderful job trying to mix up a couple different looks, try to keep them off balance, and, obviously did enough to help us win the game.
How are you celebrating this one?
And I'm just going to be with these guys. I mean, that's what makes them special. That's what makes it so special. So you get to do it with. We got such a wonderful university, a wonderful group that I get to coach. So we're going to celebrate this together.
Appreciate your time. Congratulations.